How's everyone feeling? We are currently in eclipse season. In between two eclipses, we just had a lunar eclipse in Pisces, and we're about to have a solar eclipse next week on the 21st, I believe, of September, and the energies have been wild. I'm literally in a different place in my house. I'm in my son's room. Everything has been changing for me. Everything has been shaken up. And let's chat about it. My name is Megan Kieran. I'm an intuitive guide, and I just want to tap into the energies right now of the collective, of what we're going through, and how you guys are feeling. Because we are all energetic beings. We are all connected in some way, shape, or form. We are all sharing this existence right now on this beautiful earth. And if you're seeing this, you're drawn here for a reason. And there's a lot of experiences that we are experiencing together and collectively, and so many of us are mirrors for each other. When we go through these eclipse seasons, they happen every 6 months, right? So it's a really good time to release. It's a really good time to let go. And I've talked about this before, but we're in a 9 here. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5. And in numerology, it's all about endings. It's all about completions. It's all about that final push to let go before we step into a 1 year in 2026. And as we're tailing off 2025, we've entered almost like the last chapter of 2025. There has been so much we have gone through, and most of it has been internal. There has been so much inner work. But this past month, I felt that this energy that we've gone through internally, all this inner work and releasing, has begun to shift into the physical. And there's a lot of purging and letting go that I've seen a lot of people doing. Myself, for example, I moved almost every single room in my house. And I was uncovering so many things that have just been hidden in the closets, hidden in my desk, hidden in these spaces that I have ignored for a long time. And as we're in this 9 year, right, it happens every 9 years, it's important to start to think about how far we've come from the last 9 year, which was in 2016. So think about where you were in 2016, everything you were ending and completing then, and how this 9 year cycle is about to end. I have had a complete life change since then. But there were a lot of endings in 2016 that opened the door to this new life that I led the past 9 years. And as I was going through things in my desk and going through old work papers, and when I worked in the corporate world and all that, it all began in 2016. So it was cool to finally release all that information, release those notebooks, those notes that I no longer need in my house, I no longer need in my life, because I'm stepping down this new trajectory, this new career, this new life. But it's not only going over the mental hurdles of, okay, I'm gonna take the leap, leave the corporate world, but it's also, okay, now I'm physically really gonna release all of that. So where have you been releasing and letting go over the past couple weeks? There has been this sort of timeline shift we've all collectively experienced. There's a lot of chaos going on in the world. There's a lot of duality. A lot of things are coming to the surface, and a lot of opinions are out there on social media and everywhere we look. And everything that we consume is energy, right? Not only the food we eat, but the things that we see on our phones, on our computers, on our televisions. So it may be nice just to take a break sometimes. Because as we are seeing more division in the world and seeing the darkness in the world, which is mostly shown in the news, right? It kind of lowers our own frequency, our own vibrations, because we get these thoughts in our consciousness. But there is so much good happening in the world. There is so much light in the world. And we have to start shifting from our mind to our heart. And that is how we will help not only heal ourselves and fulfill our life's purpose, but we will radiate that energy out into the collective field, out into the earth plane. But it's ironic that I have these trees in the background because I think I was drawn to make a video here as I am still setting up my altar and my space for my own light videos. But I think the message of just me even being right here is that the earth is supporting us. The earth is really supporting us right now. So if you can take a moment every single day to go outside, it will be life-changing. If you go outside, even if it's for a minute, and take deep breaths, we'll begin to start to reset our nervous systems, and that is exactly what will help us start leading from our heart center and stop getting sucked into all this stuff that we're consuming online, right? And it's also a message of being as unshakable as a tree, right? We have to stay rooted, we have to stay grounded, we have to do practices that anchor us into the earth. And then when things happen, and as we grow, we're unshakable. If there's wind, we're unshakable. We may sway a little bit, but we are not going to get lost and get sucked into the old habits, old beliefs, old systems that we had been before. We can maintain a life that we enjoy. And obviously there's ebbs and flows in everything, but we can start to take those peaks and really neutralize them so it becomes less shaky, right? Because there are so many ups and downs in this world. This whole theme of duality is going to be there for probably the rest of our lives, but we are slowly unifying and getting into oneness. But the only way we're going to do so is if we lead from our heart and really tap into our purpose here on the earth plane. It doesn't have to be anything metaphysical, spiritual, intuitive, but it's something that you're gifted with, and we each have these gifts. We're each here for a purpose or reason. So as we begin to tap into that, we're going to see so much change, and I'm so excited for this 9 year to continue to purge what we don't need, because there's a lot happening and a lot that we're going to begin to manifest for the coming year. But right now, as we're in eclipse season, let's really just continue to focus on what we need to let go of, because if we don't do it, the universe will do it for us. And it'll be a little bit more shaky if it doesn't happen in the way that we're conscious of it, if that makes sense. So things will just come out of your life drastically if we don't consciously let go of it right now. But I want to pull a card to see kind of where the energy's at for everyone watching this video, where the energy's at for the collective and what we can look forward to. Okay, growth. So, and the number on this card is 1, and we are entering a 1 year. And as you can see, there's a bunch of trees in the background, which definitely is a sign of everything that we're going through and everything that I just spoke about. Everything that you've gone through over this past 9 years has grew you into the person you are today. And even if you don't think you accomplished every single thing that you wanted to, you should be very proud of yourself. You should be proud of yourself for just making it here, for waking up every morning, and for doing any sort of inner work to help grow yourself. We are on a never-ending journey of transformation and growth, but this particular period in our lives, this particular period in time, is a huge catapult for the rest of our lives, for the rest of what we're going to see in the collective. So right now, there's so much growth happening that sometimes we don't even notice it. So it's good to take inventory to be like, okay, where was I in 2016 and where am I now? So these final 3-4 months of 2025 is gonna show us exactly what we need to let go of in order to really have a blank slate